Let's just jump right in. We all know social media moves at the speed of light. So the big question is, how do you get ahead of the conversation instead of just constantly trying to keep up? Well, today, we're going to break down exactly how you can use AI to basically see the future of social media trends long before they ever go viral.
You know the feeling, right? You see a meme, a challenge, or some new catchphrase just explode online, and by the time your brand decides to jump in, well, the party's pretty much over. Here's the hard truth. If you're waiting for a trend to hit the mainstream, you are already late.
And that right there is the huge difference between two totally different ways of thinking. On one side, you've got reactive marketing. You're always chasing, you're always a step behind, and you're missing out on all the real buzz. But on the other side, proactive marketing. You're anticipating what's next, you're leading the conversation, and you are capturing all the attention. And let's be real, in today's world, reactive just doesn't cut it anymore.
So, how do you actually become proactive? The answer is what I like to call the new marketing superpower, predictive insights. And the key to unlocking all of it is artificial intelligence. Now, this isn't about guesswork or just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. This is about using AI to crunch massive amounts of data to make smart, data-driven predictions about what's coming next.
Okay, so this AI foresight, how exactly does it give you that killer edge? Well, it all comes down to something called the first mover advantage. And honestly, understanding this concept is the key to seeing why predicting trends is such a complete game changer.
Here's what it all boils down to. When your brand is the very first one to jump on an emerging conversation, you get to own the narrative. You become the prime example everyone points to, and you capture a huge, disproportionate share of the attention. And that translates directly into better brand recall, bigger market share, and a massive surge in relevance. You're not just part of the trend anymore, you are the trend. Look, getting that first mover advantage time and time again, that takes a rock-solid strategy. And if you're looking to build that kind of competitive edge for your own brand, you can find expert guidance and custom growth strategies over at mbl.com. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how you can actually start doing this yourself.
All right, this is the fun part. How do we actually do this? We're going to walk through a really simple but incredibly powerful 4-step AI playbook that turns all that raw data into a real, tangible competitive advantage.
So here's the roadmap, super simple. First, you've got to choose the right tool for the job. Second, you define your search to give the AI some clear direction. Third, you analyze the predictive data it spits back out. And finally, and this is crucial, you act on that insight, and you do it fast. So let's break each one of these down. Step 1, you have to have the right tools in your toolkit. Now, a basic social listening tool, that's great for tracking who's mentioning your brand. But a true trend-spotting platform, that's a whole different beast. Tools like Brandwatch or Sprout Social, they use advanced machine learning to do way more than just count mentions. They're actually analyzing the rate of conversation growth to find patterns and predict what's next. They're built for foresight, not just hindsight.
Next up, you have to give your AI a really clear mission. I mean, a broad search is just way too noisy. You'll get lost. You have to narrow your focus. So, for example, instead of just searching for shoes, a sports brand could get way more specific and target conversations around sustainable running gear or marathon training hacks. The more specific you are, the more powerful and useful the insights are going to be. Okay, so once the AI is up and running, it's going to start feeding you these predictive signals. And this is where you get to put on your detective hat. You're really looking for 4 key things. Spikes in something called engagement velocity, brand new emerging keywords, the overall sentiment of the conversation, and even trending visual cues.
Now let's talk about engagement velocity, because this is a huge one. This is a critical signal. The AI isn't just looking for posts that already have a ton of likes. No, it's looking for content where the rate of engagement is accelerating. It's gaining likes and shares and comments faster today than it did yesterday. That sharp upward curve you see, that is the telltale sign that something is about to go viral.
And then there's sentiment. This is so important. I mean, it's not enough to know a topic is trending, right? You need to know how people actually feel about it. The AI analyzes the emotional tone of the entire conversation. Is it positive? Is it negative? Or is it just kind of neutral? This is what helps you decide if it's a trend your brand actually wants to be a part of in the first place.
And that brings us to the final, and I'd argue the most critical step of all. You have to act, and you have to act fast. Spotting a trend early is completely useless if you don't do anything with it. The ideal window to jump on an emerging trend is just 24 to 72 hours. That's your moment. Create timely content, get it out there, and then watch its performance.
Seriously, speed is everything here.
So, what does this all mean for the future of marketing? Well, it's not about AI replacing marketers. Not at all. It's about forming a really powerful partnership between the foresight that AI provides and good old-fashioned human creativity.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The technology is absolutely incredible at seeing what's on the horizon, but it can't understand your brand's unique voice or your audience's core values. And that's where the human element is completely irreplaceable, knowing what to do with that powerful insight. You know, you can think of it this way. AI is your tireless analyst. It's sifting through millions and millions of data points to find those golden nuggets of opportunity for you. But you are the strategist. You are the storyteller. You're the one who takes that data and crafts a compelling message that really connects with your audience and stays true to your brand.
So really, the final question is this. In a world where data can literally show you what's coming next, are you ready to stop guessing and finally start leading the conversation?
Making that one shift from being reactive to being proactive is probably the single biggest advantage you can build for yourself on social media today. If you're ready to build a strategy that consistently puts you ahead of the curve, you can get a personalized consultation by visiting us at mblmontreal.com now.